guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and, well, certainly been a couple weeks since I actually did the last thoughts video for sure, and, well, I guess ever since pretty much the past couple of weeks with my double feature on both Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and Haunted Mansion, I guess I did need a couple of weeks to, you know, wind down a bit, just to, you know, focus on other things for sure, so. But yeah, nevertheless, I'm, of course, back once again with, of course, another thoughts video for sure, and boy, it looks like we're going to be in for a real treat with, of course, today's movie that I'm going to be talking about, and yes, by the way, I am, since I am fully caught up for sure, it's back to, of course, what I normally do as always, and yeah, actually talk about the movies that actually came out this past weekend for sure, So yeah, I think it's pretty much what you would expect for sure, and yeah, kind of thinking pretty much go on that route for sure. So, but hey, I guess you can kind of get the main idea at this point. So yeah. Anyways, for today's thoughts video for sure. Well, it has been a couple of months since I talked about the last movie and, of course, this ongoing film series, right? Though, I guess, given to when I'm actually posting this thoughts video as of now, yeah, it certainly has again, So, yeah, I guess, anyways, looks like it's time to, of course, officially, get ourselves, back into, of course, pretty much the, superhero genre once again, except, this time, believe it or not, pretty much since it has been a couple of months since, I talked about the last movie, and, of course, this, ongoing, film series for some time, I think it's about time that, we jump ourselves, back into, of course, one of the most recognizable, comic book, industries, for some time that has been pushing out some, movies for quite a long time now, yeah, and, yeah, stepping aside Marvel for now, I think it's about time that we jump back right onto DC. Yeah, it's actually quite interesting that this year looks like DC is actually overpowering Marvel for this year. It's kind of interesting when you really think about it for sure, but hey, what can you do? So yeah, anyways, looks like we're back at it once again with, of course, another DC movie as of now, because, yeah, I mean, who doesn't love anything from DC Comics for sure? So yeah, and of course, for this latest movie that I'm going to be talking about here today, well, believe it or not, it looks like we really are nearing the end of course, this ongoing film series that's been around for the past decade for sure. So yeah, and of course, if you have done research on, of course, this ongoing film series for sure revolving around the DC superheroes, I think you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, I guess until the probably big, massive, epic finale, looks like we're going to be talking about this latest movie, or I guess in this case, the second to last movie in the DC Extended Universe as of now. So, oh boy. Yeah, looks like we're actually going to be talking about the latest film from the DC Extended Universe once again for sure, and I mean, what it looks like, we're already at the third movie this year, yeah, for this year, yeah, pretty much I think we're at the third movie that's come out for this year that's actually part of the DC Extended Universe, and that's actually a good thing too, because yeah, given for the fact that this is in fact going to be the second to last one before we'll actually get a new attempt at a DC Cinematic Universe, now that James Gunn is, of course, took control of that, I think it pretty much makes sense on, of course, that front for sure. But yeah, I guess if anything, we've actually I guess if anything, for this year in terms of the movies from the DC Extended Universe, we've actually seen the mediocre but somehow weak with Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and we did get a pretty good but not really great enough to be a really great movie vibe with, of course, The Flash. I still stand by my word on what I thought about The Flash for sure. I do kind of like it, but I don't think it's actually one of the greatest. But I guess for the case of this movie, we're not only going to be taking a look at something good. Yeah, this movie is in fact not only good, it's actually really good for sure. So yeah. I always do kind of find it interesting that after the piles and piles of trash, garbage, and of course all the crap and all the shit that the DC Extended Universe is actually putting out, pretty much every once in a while there's of course some really nice gems in there that are actually really good for sure. So yeah, and luckily enough, for today's movie that I'm going to be talking about here today, this is in fact certainly one of those gems for sure, and ironically enough, it is in fact probably from a DC superhero that I'm sure not a lot of people pretty much knew about, or at least it's not really as recognizable as any of the other DC superheroes for sure. But anyways, I might as well cut to the chase for sure. So yeah, I think we might as well jump right into action with the DC Extended Universe once again as we take a look at their latest movie that had just came out very recently, which is none other than Blue Beetle. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about here today, and boy, this is going to be an interesting one to talk about for sure. So yeah. It's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so before I can go ahead and talk about this latest movie, I think it makes sense to actually talk about, well, Blue Beetle himself. So yeah, I mean, ironically enough, for me personally, I mean, to be fair, there are some DC superheroes that I've actually known about for some time, alongside plenty of others who have actually grew up with the DC superheroes during the time, like of course Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, Green Lantern, and that's just to name a few. But Blue Beetle, on the other hand, I'm gonna be completely honest, I actually pretty much, I think I knew pretty much right around before this movie came around, I actually know nothing about Blue Beetle for sure. In fact, I actually didn't even know he was, of course, one of course, the DC superheroes for sure. But upon my research, pretty much, yeah, about the character himself, honestly, it's actually quite interesting when you really think about it, and yeah. Pretty much of anything, I know personally I never really knew someone who actually grew up reading the Blue Beetle comics for sure, but given to, of course, what I've actually heard, it somehow does intrigue me for sure. It's kind of a shame that of course the superhero himself didn't get the same amount of recognition as, of course, pretty much the well-known ones, like of course Batman and Superman, and plenty of others that we all know for sure. So yeah, and let's not forget to mention, from what I actually heard, he is actually probably known as, of course, the first superhero who is in fact a Latino, to which, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's actually really damn amazing for sure. Yeah, just having a nice Latino actually dog on being a superhero, ironically enough, is actually really quite interesting, and I think DC really did an incredible job, and of course, incorporating that in for sure. So yeah, I think it makes sense on, of course, that front for sure. So I guess for the case of the movie, ironically enough, since I know nothing about the Blue Beetle character or the comics for sure, interestingly enough, what I recall when this movie actually got announced, and even from when I actually saw the trailers for this movie for sure, I actually did get myself really excited to actually see it because, yeah, if anything from the trailers, it actually does kind of offer it, of course, being a really fun superhero movie for sure, which is actually the whole point of superhero movies entirely. They're meant to be, well, fun. So yeah, and I guess, if anything, I think Blue Beetle is, of course, the right character and comic book series that can actually be done well in, of course, a movie for sure. And of course, interestingly enough, this movie actually had a pretty interesting journey to finally make its way onto the big screen for sure. So yeah, probably I think the one thing I actually do know is that it was originally going to be released exclusively onto HBO Max, now known as Max as of now. Almost kind of similar to, of course, the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, but of course, it instead decided to make its way onto the big screen for sure, to which I will say this, as someone who actually doesn't have Max as of now, although I wish I would just to see all the good stuff that Warner Brothers have actually put out for sure, I do think it is actually much better to put it out onto the big screen for sure. So yeah, I'm sure you will probably get a much bigger response to, of course, all that. So yeah. I guess needless to say, I did manage to, of course, go see this movie right around earlier today by the time I'm recording this for sure, just to see what I'm exactly in for sure. So yeah, now that I've actually got back from, of course, seeing it not too long ago, I guess a lot of you guys may be asking the question, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I'm not gonna lie when I actually say it. I actually find myself really enjoying this movie. I'm not joking when I actually say it. As someone who actually never actually read the original comic books or know anything about the original character for sure, I have to say this movie actually did deliver, of course, what I would expect for sure, a really fun and inventive superhero movie for sure. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that that it does have a few hiccups here and there, but in the end, Blue Beetle is actually a really fun movie for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. For starters is, of course, the story for, of course, this movie, and yeah, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen, I'm not gonna lie, I actually do think the story in, of course, this movie is actually brilliantly well done for sure. It doesn't do a whole lot like a lot of other superhero movies did at the time. No, it actually decided to do something really fun and creative with, of course, what it needs to do with the story. Just having a lay out as, of course, a really nice superhero movie for starters, but also mix and mash with, of course, plenty of other ideas that can be thrown into, of course, the blender. And yeah, I'd say for that, it actually does do a fine job, and of course doing exactly that. Yeah, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen, it really does do a fine job with, of course, what it's actually done for sure. And yeah, I really do love the amount of strong love and effort they actually put into, of course, this movie entirely. And yeah, I do know there are some parts in it that I just kind of thought would have been reworked a whole lot more, but the rest still actually did turn out massively well, and I'm really impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen on screen. It really does captivate me a whole lot, and it really shines through all the way that I can easily get myself into for sure. So yeah, and of course, for another aspect is, of course, the writing. And And yeah, oddly enough, I don't think it's actually probably the best thing I've actually seen in terms of pretty much screenplay wise, but with what I've actually seen, I think they really did crafting something really good with, of course, the writing for, of course, this film for sure. And yeah, some of it is just your basic paint-by-numbers superhero storyline for sure. But again, I do like on how they mix things up a bit and actually try to do something new and inventive rather than just the same old cliches and generic plot points that you would normally get for any other superhero movie for sure. And yeah, I'm actually really glad this movie actually did do exactly that. It is actually something that I really do admire in such a way that I can easily get myself hooked in on for sure. And yeah, I do find it all the more impressive to me. So yeah, and of course, on top of all that, the comedy, I have to say, my god, I think it actually is quite well done in my opinion. Pretty much with, of course, what I've actually seen. The comedy in this movie is actually really good in my opinion. Pretty much with almost every single joke they actually put into, of course, this one, I actually find myself laughing my ass off for sure. This is that really good amount of laughter that would come out of me whenever something funny would happen, or of course a joke is of course timed out perfectly. And yeah, this movie actually did deliver on both of those pretty much both of those key points for sure, to which actually does make it all the more interesting. So yeah, I do find myself getting myself a really good laugh in the film's comedy that I just easily couldn't get enough of for sure. It is actually really that good in my opinion. So yeah, I think it's what I can say for, of course, the story, the writing, and of course, the comedy for sure. Yeah, maybe I guess a little parts of it could have been fixed up a whole lot more, but the rest is still done really good in my opinion, and I'm actually impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got those out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things for sure, which are, of course, the characters. And yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that pretty much, if anything, the characters in, of course, this movie, ironically enough, I actually do find myself really investing with, of course, the characters for sure. They actually each got a really good sense of development for sure. And yeah, I think if anything, their personality traits and everything else that you could imagine for sure actually makes the characters not only pretty much likable, but also interesting at the same time. And yeah, I actually do find myself really invested with, of course, all the characters for sure. Like, yeah, and I actually pretty much got a really good sense of development out, of course, almost every single one of them, and I actually do sympathize with them whenever something bad happens for sure, which I do find it all the more interesting for sure. And yeah, particularly pretty much our main lead, Jaime, aka Blue Beetle. I have to say, he is definitely the strongest one for sure. And of course, this movie, I mean, sure, yeah, I think there are some parts in it that I almost didn't kind of see coming, which does make part of the movie actually fall through one massive cliche that has been repeated several times in other movies, particularly in the superhero genre, but also mix things up a bit. But I won't give away what it is because I don't want to spoil the entire movie for sure. So. But yeah, either way, Jaime, aka Blue Beetle, is of course one character that I actually do find myself actually loving and enjoying for sure. Everything that he does when he actually donned on the Blue Beetle suit, or I guess in this case, obtaining the scarab that actually caused him to become Blue Beetle for sure. Everything he does is just absolutely incredible and very well detailed for sure. And you know that he's not bullshitting around for sure. So yeah, and of course, if anything, pretty much, if anything, probably as another good example is, of course, the two villains in, of course, this film for sure. And yeah, I think with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, again, I actually do sympathize with, of course, the villains in, of course, this movie as well. And you actually do get a really good sense of motivation, pretty much, of course, their evil plan for sure, and why they need to accomplish that for sure. So yeah, and of course, it does make it all the more challenging once our hero actually comes in to stop them and save the day for sure, which I do find it quite interesting entirely. And I think this movie really did do a fine job, and of course, doing exactly that entirely. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the characters, of course, in this movie. And as for all the actors that came on board to play all these characters, yeah, I won't lie, I'm really impressed on how well casted this movie is for sure. And each and every single one of them, yeah, I won't lie, they actually did give out some really good performances in my opinion. Yeah, every single one of them I've actually seen on screen. I think they really did a fine job, of course, bringing these people in. And yeah, all these actors actually did give out some pretty nice performances in my opinion that I actually do find myself really investing in for sure. So yeah, and of course I also can give credit to this movie that they really did an amazing job in casting some really great Latino actors for sure. And yeah, I think there's no big surprise on, of course, that front, because there are tons of Latino actors out there, many of which have been successful for sure. So yeah, many of which have actually turned out very successful for sure, and have actually garnered on some really massive careers for sure. So yeah, I think this movie really did an incredible job, and of course, doing exactly the hang-up for sure, which, yeah, I do find it all the more impressive for sure, and I'm really glad this movie actually did deliver on, of course, exactly that. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the characters and the actors for sure. I actually really find myself really investing for sure, and it actually does make it all the more engaging for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Well, I'm almost done with that one, so might as well finish it up. There we go. Okay, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about for sure? Quite a whole lot, to be honest, for sure. So for starters, pretty much if anything, when you think of a superhero movie, what's the one thing that comes into your mind? That's right, the action. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen, the action in, of course, this in this movie is actually really impressive for sure. Yeah, literally with, of course, what I've actually seen entirely, the action in this movie is brilliantly well done, in my opinion, for sure. I think with every single bit of pretty much every single bit of action to, of course, the really great fight scenes for sure, while also mixing in with, of course, our heroes and villains' superpowers for sure is actually really impressive for sure, and I think they really did a fine job in doing exactly that, and I do love how well choreographed the fight scenes really are for sure. It actually is quite amazing to actually look at, and actually really makes this movie a whole lot more action-packed for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say for, of course, the action for sure, and of course for the visuals and the effects in this film. Well, I guess to be fair, I think pretty much of anything, the visuals and the effects in this film, I will admit some parts of it is actually done very well for sure, and yeah, pretty much of anything, pretty much I think from what I've actually seen, I think everything from Blue Beetle's powers is actually done very well, and some of the backgrounds and stuff is actually very inventive for sure, and yeah, it actually is actually really something incredible, and it actually does help give this film it's a really good sense of identity for sure, to make it its own thing for sure, and yeah, I think this movie did do exactly that for sure. Although, I guess, admittedly, some of them I will have to say, mostly does kind of feel off in, of course, some areas. And of course, for one other thing I can say, sticking with the visuals and the effects, I will admit the CGI in, of course, this film, well, I mean, it's not bad in my opinion. I think I'm a little bit more half and half, of course, the CGI, of course, this film for sure. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes it actually looks really, really good and actually blending perfectly well. But other times, I just kind of felt it's a little bit too rubbery at the same time, and kind of feels like one of those pretty much off-the-wall hologram cards for sure that you could easily find yourself not really impressed by for sure, almost like you're actually saying to yourself, what the hell am I looking at? But yeah, either way, the CGI in, of course, this film, well, I mean, it's not bad entirely, but it's not that great either, but yeah, I guess I'm a little half and half on, of course, the CGI in, of course, this one. Maybe I think it could have been worked out a little bit more, or maybe do some pretty much re-rendering and stuff to actually make it all the more realistic for sure. But hey, I'm sure the people who made this movie really did the best they could to actually make this movie all the more good for sure, and good on them for, of course, doing exactly that for sure. So yeah. Anyways, I guess moving on. So yeah, and of course, the direction in this film by, of course, the film's director, I will have to say it is actually brilliantly well done. I have to say, literally from, of course, what I've actually seen on screen, it actually is really, really incredible for sure. And I do find myself really, really impressed on how well directed this film is for sure. So yeah, and of course, the cinematography in this film is actually done really good, as it does provide some really, 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 really good camera shots, in my opinion, that really does work well to me. That actually is something that I couldn't get enough of for sure. It is actually that good to me. So yeah, and of course, the editing in this film, well, I mean, it's not well, it's not really the best I've actually seen, but it's still cut up fine for sure, and it really does fit in well with, of course, the movie's pacing for sure, which I actually find myself really, really impressed by for sure, which actually makes it all the more great entirely. So yeah, I think it's what I can say for all those aspects to me, which, yeah, actually does make this movie all the more interesting to watch for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Okay, so yeah, I guess if anything, that's pretty much everything that I can say for, of course, this movie. So yeah, I guess overall, for while I actually did see all the other DC movies in the DC Extended Universe that are actually really good to me, In fact, some of which have actually been considered one of my favorites for sure, or a few of my favorites for sure. I think it actually does leave a massive impact that I can easily pretty much get past all the crappy ones for sure. And I guess in the case of this movie in particular, I think it's safe to say that Blue Beetle is definitely on this category for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, for my final thoughts for sure, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that Blue Beetle is without a doubt a really fun and inventive superhero movie to come out of the DC universe so far for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what you would normally get for, of course, well, pretty much a fun and inventive superhero movie. Just have it be, well, a fun and inventive superhero movie for sure. So yeah, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen, sure, I guess there are some hiccups that easily kind of distracted me from anything good for sure, but the rest is still done very well, and I'm actually really quite thrilled that this movie really took all the time and effort that it needs to do, and yeah, actually does make it a really fun ride to actually be on for sure. The one that once you actually get on, you actually enjoy the experience for a bit, and once it's over, you don't want to get off for sure. And yeah, like I said, there are a few bumps and stuff that does kind of rock you a bit and does kind of hurt every once in a while, but the rest is still done very good. That makes you want to ride again more and more. And I think it's safe to say that this movie is in fact that fun ride for sure. So yeah, do I think it's actually one of the best I've actually seen this year? No, not particularly, but is it still interesting to watch? You bet your ass it is. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that this movie is indeed a good one to check out, and yeah, I think it's safe to say that I do highly recommend this movie for sure. So yeah, it's not really one of the best movies I've actually seen this year by far, but I guess in terms of the other good DC movies that we've been getting by far, I say this is definitely another one of the good ones that we've actually got for sure, which, yeah, actually still is actually really fun to watch, and I couldn't get enough of it entirely, so yeah, I guess either way, if you actually got the time, definitely see this movie for yourself. I say you're going to be in for a really good and fun time, and I know that's exactly what I got for sure. Not particularly one of the best I've actually seen, but I do think it is actually a good one to check out for sure. So yeah, and of course, in honor of that, well, I guess I know I did save this for this movie for sure, so I might as well give it out right now. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that I am definitely gonna give Blue Beetle an 8 out of 10 as my final score for sure. So yeah, definitely not one of the best movies I've actually seen this year, but by God, it is highly entertaining, and it is indeed very fun and inventive that I just couldn't get enough of for sure, and I'm actually excited to see on what comes next for sure. So yeah, and of course a good thing too for sure, because from what I've actually heard, pretty much aside from this being the second to last film in the DC Extended Universe as of now, though I guess it may seem very unlikely, given to, of course, the long-awaited sequel to Aquaman is already facing massive trouble for sure, particularly with, of course, one of the stars of that said movie, Amber Heard, which actually does kind of make sense when you really think about it, because she is being massively toxic as of now. But we'll have to wait and see, of course, that front. Yeah, and I guess from what I actually heard, I think, if anything, I do hear Blue Beetle is, of course, gonna be later incorporated into, of course, the new DC Cinematic Universe that we're gonna be getting in a couple of years, alongside plenty of the other ones that are also done really good. And of course, this current DC Cinematic Universe, like, of course, bringing back Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman for sure. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see on how that'll turn out. But we'll have to wait and see on, of course, that front once Superman Legacy comes out in 2025 for sure. So I guess it is going to be a while, so we'll have to keep our hopes up on, of course, that front for sure. But until then, if you're actually in for something really, really quite interesting, then, well, strap on your scarab and suit yourself up to see Blue Beetle for yourself. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright, and I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and yeah, by all means, I must ask, what do you think of Blue Beetle for sure? Do you actually find it to be a really fun and inventive superhero movie like I did, or do you think it's just absolute garbage and deserves to be pretty much be tossed aside and forgotten? Or are you somewhere in between and you thought it was okay? So yeah, let me know what you thought about this movie in the comment section below if you've actually seen it for yourself. I would definitely love to know. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and yeah. Now that I'm actually back to, of course, what I do normally with these thoughts videos for sure, I'll be really looking forward to seeing what I'll talk about next for sure. I mean, I won't tell you what it is. That's something you're gonna have to, yeah, that's something you're gonna have to find out for yourself for sure. So yeah, I guess right up until I'll go see the next movie that I'm slated to go see, all I can say is, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with SamAttack4427's, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, beackley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as joining our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and showing support to me on both of my wish lists on Amazon and Right Stuff Anime, and even supporting me with my link on Streamlabs that you can find on my Twitch page. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.